Things are quieter in Ottawa today as police continue their effort to end a weeks-long occupation of the capital. And as demonstrators dismantle their camps, Ottawa's chief of police says the city will recover.
There are many steps that we have to take, but they are going to be important discussions and dialogue so that we can heal as a community and come together.
There is no timeline for when the police action will end, but the service says it is committed to returning things to normal in the city. Good evening. Police have now secured Parliament Hill and the downtown core after 24 days of protests in the nation's capital.
After almost 200 arrests and more than 70 vehicles towed, there's a slow return to some form of normalcy, and it couldn't come soon enough for residents and businesses. CTV's Krisanajkate reports.
As some of the last remaining vehicles in downtown Ottawa are towed away, most streets have now been cleared of protesters. Parliament Hill's Wellington Street is also secured as the cleanup begins.
We're relieved that the worst part of it seems to be over.
John Borston says his businesses and many others have lost at least a month's worth of sales from the protests. This as the downtown core remains closed and police operations continue for a third day.
We've got 200 staff that haven't worked basically in a month, and they make tips, and there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of sales that are lost.
Protesters at this parking lot about 4 kilometers away from Parliament are also tearing down and preparing to leave.
So I think everyone's kind of pulling out of the city of Ottawa and moving elsewhere to regroup.
No, I will go peaceful.
So far, there have been 191 arrests, 76 vehicles towed, and almost 4,000 tickets handed out. 107 people have been charged with mainly obstruction, assault, and mischief. 89 people were released with conditions.
We promised that we would return our city to a state of normalcy. With every hour, we are getting closer to that goal.
Ottawa's mayor says they are looking into how the vehicles seized will help pay for some of the policing costs, which is now at least $1 million a day.
How we can sell them and put the money towards the exorbitant costs that we've put down on the table through property tax dollars to get these yahoos out of our city.
As the Emergencies Act is still under debate in the House of Commons until Monday evening, the Emergency Preparedness Minister says the act must move forward despite progress made by police.
The job's not yet done. And the threat and the risk, that the reasons why we had to bring forward these measures, unfortunately, still exist.
Ottawa police say there is still no clear timeline as to when the streets will be reopened, as there are still some protesters outside of the police checkpoints protecting the downtown core. Krisanajkate, CTV News, Ottawa.